Hey, yo, what's decent? Yo, you guys been asking me to do a whole bunch of PO live lately, so here we are. I think I'm going to record a little bit over like a half an hour, so that's awesome there. So my opponent is going to switch out into Heatran. I was hoping to catch his Keldeo off guard since he let off with Landorus T, so obviously a Hidden Power Ice would have been able to finish it off, just because you can't really necessarily risk staying in on another Landorus because despite its forms, Landorus are known to carry like hidden powers and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna Volt Switch out. He predicts my Volt Switch and switches out into Landorus. I can Will-O-Wisp it, but I guess that'll be a little bit too obvious or something like that. Maybe he might switch out into Conkeldurr. So I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch now. I think he might predict that though. I'm not exactly sure. I should just Hydro Pump because the more damage. Okay, so he sets up rocks in my face. I think he might think that I'm more compelled to go for the Hydro Pump now, switch out, so he does just that. And I'm just going to be able to Pursuit Trap this thing, which is great, provided that he like switches out. If he doesn't switch out, I don't have enough attack investments to do more than if it was like a potential sub-Calm Mind Roosting set. So he might get a little bit more unnecessary damage, but hopefully he switches out, and I won't have to necessarily deal with that threat there. So, yep. Boom, out of the way. That's great. He has a Conkeldurr, so I do have Landorus. I did reveal that I have the Psychic, so he might think that I might be compelled just in case he switches in that thing, which he does. So I think I'm gonna stay and go for the Stealth Rocks. So it doesn't make sense for him to go for the Bulk Up because he risks me switching out into Landorus and then getting one shot by the Psychic. I'm sure he doesn't want that happening. So I thought that he was gonna go for the Ice Punch. I stayed and went for the Stealth Rocks, which is great. So, but the dilemma is, what do I do now? Like, do I like stay in again, let this thing die? I think I should okay, he's gonna bulk up. I think I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump, hit it on the special side more so. Hit it on the special side, but it shouldn't really necessarily matter anyway, because if I hit it on the special side, he does have like a +1. So he might just like finish me off there. So fortunately for me, he does bring in his Tyranitar, which maybe opts me to like go for my Garchomp. I might switch out because he might save his Tyranitar for later on. So yeah, but he goes out into Landorus, which intimidates me. But the important thing is I'm getting damage off on this thing, so he might not be able to do that in the future. So no, I kind of didn't want that to happen because earlier on he would have went for the Hidden Power Ice, and Landorus T would have been the most greatest thing to set up a nice little rock polish from the Landorus and like claim good game from there, because all his squad doesn't necessarily want that. So I didn't want the critical hit. That sucks. So I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder if I'm gonna sweep or do something else. So in comes this thing. Should go for the Hydro Pump. So afterwards, I should go for the rest now. I'm gonna go for the rest because I'm sure that I can take another one. No, buddy, I'm not Scarf. You're about to see what I am, though. So, he's so confused. So, he's pretty cool. He might set up another substitute. He switches out into Keldeo. If it were me, and he knew that he was like specially defensive, I would have like subbed up like one more time, I guess. But then again, that's relying on hacks and relying on Hydro Pump to like miss or something like that. So I just go for the Volt Switch. Go for the Outrage. No, the Earthquake, I believe is what I do. So, oh man, if I knew this thing was Scarfed, oh, that's another opportunity that I had to set up a nice little rock polish coming from Landorus. Gosh, opportunities wasted. So I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake again. He bulks up. I do want to get up for Safe Switch onto Landorus. I can stay in again, but he might go for the Ice Punch. I mean, if he Drain Punches, he kills me. If he Ice Punches, he kills me anyway. So it doesn't necessarily make sense for me to like risk it for him to go for the Ice Punch and something like that. So I go for the Psychic, finish that off, and see what else comes in. And yeah, he I guess he already knew. So yeah, that's great. Let's see what else comes back in. Next battle is this one. A nice little Baton Pass team. Oh, that's crazy. You know what? I'm going to lead out with Magnezone because it looks like nothing on this team would appreciate a paralyzed Pokemon. So he's gonna get his nice little plus speeds and stuff like that. Sub protect down, and I don't care. Just as long as you expose, I get a nice little paralysis on you. That's gonna be wonderful. So let's see what he does. He's gonna do that to the point where he can't necessarily bring in Linjask again to do much of anything or much anymore. I can set up too, provided that I do have like Latias. So I'm assuming that he doesn't necessarily have anything like any attacking moves on his Ninja, so I could actually like switch double back into Latios, and it gave him like a hard time to like set up amnesias and stuff like that. So go for the dual chop, break its substitute, and he's gonna bring in Vaporeon, I think, for the acid armors. And then afterwards, after he's done with that, I think he's just gonna start going off and using special attacking boost to pass off into his Espeon. So I know how this works. So I'm just gonna take this time now, set up a nice little substitute. Mr. Mine comes in. I'm gonna Calm Mind. He's faster than me, so I'm gonna Calm Mind again. Calm Mind. I don't necessarily want this guy getting like a +6, because if he passes that off into his Espeon, then I'm in deep shit. I'm in deep trouble here. So Espeon has all those attack boosts and all those speed boosts and stuff like that, you know, those defensive boosts, and yeah, Stored Power is like doing like mad damage to me. So he's gonna Baton Pass, and that's great. He makes a mistake. Awesome, good game, buddy. Yeah, he quit. So yeah, good game. I'm sorry. Yes. All right. Let's see what else happens. Why am I getting such low variation? I should probably like switch it up later on. Somebody in the comment section like tell me what variation should I like keep it so that I get the hardest opponents. He switches out. Well, doesn't switch out actually. I thought he was gonna switch out. So I should have actually went for the Hydro Pump just in case he happened to go for the substitute. That was kind of risky for me to go for the Will-O-Wisp right away to give him like a nice little +2 behind the substitute, and I would have to like rely on Hydro Pump hitting in order to kill off that thing, and +2 Outrage does finish off my Rotom, unfortunately. So this guy has UUs. So, well, a UU. I mean, Victini, I don't know. So, let's see what happens here. Brings in Garchomp. He has Dragonite as well as Shaman. If I were him, I'd probably bring in the Shaman. No, I wouldn't do that because you don't know what kind of Garchomp I am. It doesn't necessarily make sense for me to do that. I could lock myself into Outrage. So I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. So, to finish this thing off. If he brings in Dragonite and gets like a +1, I could immediately go out into my Minotaur and threaten it with the Stone Edge. Provided that Stone Edge hits, but you know, threaten it with the Stone Edge. He won't feel compelled to get off another Dragon Dance, and I could probably finish that thing off with a with my Scarf Garchomp. He goes and uses Final Gambit, which tells me that he scarfed himself. He only takes away 3 damage. So he's Dragon Dance, so like I said before, I could threaten it with the Stone Edge, but I guess Stone Edge finishes it off. That's pretty great. It's pretty grand there. I'm gonna set up a Stuff Rock, and wow, alright. Wow, agility set, so that kind of threatens me like right away. I'm assuming that this guy also has Ice Punch, so I'm in deep trouble if... Whoa! Freaking Will-O-Wisp, man, what do I do? Damn it. Wait, if he has... Okay, great, awesome, that's great. So he might either have Earthquake and or Ice Punch. So in the case that my Rotom did happen to die, I would have actually sacrificed the Magnezone just to see if he had the Earthquake, and then double back out into my Landorus. Hopefully his Meteor Mash or something like that doesn't like hit. I'm leaning more towards like the Earthquake because it doesn't necessarily make sense for him to have like the Ice Punch in that sense, you know, because he would not be able to hit like Steel types like Magnezone, for instance, you know, for a lot of damage. So, let's see. This guy has Shaman left over, and I could probably set up a nice little substitute. If he's Scarfed, that's great too, because, you know, Sea Flare is kind of inaccurate, like so. He missed. Set up a nice little Calm Mind on him, and he's just gonna stay in and allow me to set up on him. So, yeah, I don't know what you're planning to do there, buddy. Like, you have like a Scarf Gengar or something like that with like, you know, Destiny Bond, so... Dragon Pulse should be able to finish it off there. I do have a substitute, so yeah, cool. Let's see what happens now. This guy has... What's up with all these UUs? Like, am I low on the ladder or something? I must be low on the ladder. That's probably what it is. And I must have like my variation low. I don't want that. I want like the stronger guys. Come on, I'm bringing Clado and freaking Tangrowth. But he might give me a hard time. You know, I mean, never underestimate your opponent. You never know. Because it might be the guy who might have Pokemon 1, 2, 6, 4, 8, 7, 6, 8, 2 who might 6-0 your ass. So don't be underestimating anybody. So he's going to bring in Jirachi. I'm going to trap it, which is pretty cool. So Iron Head, I'm just going to switch out into Latios because he can't break my substitutes anymore. So he body slams. Damn it. I thought he was going to go for the Iron Head. Damn. That sucks. That really blows because I could have set up a nice little substitute, and since it's burned, Iron Head and Body Slams won't be breaking my substitutes. And I could set up a nice little +6 provided that he like stays in. I don't know why he would stay in. I mean, I could probably get like a nice little +3 before he understood like what was going on there. So crap, that sucks. I got 3 of my Pokemon paralyzed, and Latias is a huge deal for it to be paralyzed. So he scores up a nice little wish for the next Pokemon. Hopefully it's not ground or anything like that, so I could like score a nice little paralysis on it with a discharge. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. So he brings in this thing. Focus Blast hits, and it finishes me off, obviously. So I'm gonna bring in Garchomp. He's obviously, I think he's freaking sashed. So Dual Chop does 50%. That's great. Able to finish off the Alakazam despite it being Focus Sash with 1 hit. That's amazing to know. So he goes for the Hidden Power, and it 2-hit KOs me from that range. I'm not exactly sure if the critical hit matter because I'm a little bit more on the specially defensive side. I mean, it's a Latias, and he's not like Life Orb or anything like that, so that kind of blows. I wanted to like set up on him a little bit more. And it blows that he did switch up his moves and use the Body Slam on the switch out. So that was actually a good play on his behalf. I go into Tyranitar now, I guess, to try to weaken it with the Stone Edge. I want to set up rocks, but I do like want to weaken it with the Stone Edge. I'm paralyzed, so that's great that I actually do not go first. So now he might feel compelled to like finish off the Tyranitar, and provided that I don't get fully paralyzed, I can set up a nice little Stealth Rock and have it in play, you know, forever. I mean, Stealth Rock isn't necessarily too important. I don't want him to bring in like, I mean, he can bring in Hippowdon. Hopefully Hippowdon is like not like a curse set or something like that, because I might have trouble with that, provided that like a Hidden Power Fire coming from Landorus won't be able to one-shot it, nor will like a Earth Power without like spikes and Stealth Rocks and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna keep on Rapid Spinning. He might switch up his moves now, and then probably might try to like fake me out and you know, have me finish it off now and go for the Rapid Spin instead. But I'm not stupid. I know he's gonna go for the Rapid Spin now, so that's great. I think he's gonna bring back in his Tangrowth. I'm more lenient on his Tangrowth. So Tangrowth could actually finish off Tyranitar. I have like no use for it anymore. So hopefully he does that. He's taking awfully long to do that. I mean, he has Hippowdon. If he's like a curse set, he can set up like curses on me. I am just like fully offensive. Tyranitar's not doing anything to a Hippowdon. So yeah. Just going to bring back in, I can bring in Rotom, I can, but I do want to bring in Garchomp to weaken it a little bit more so that Hidden Power Ice would be able to finish off the Tangrowth, and I do happen to bring in Landorus. So that's actually what I want to do. Weaken it. I know Garchomp's not going to necessarily do the job and finish off the Tangrowth, and I'm able to bring in this thing now, threaten it with the Psychic even. I don't even have to take Life Orb Recoil. And he has a Regenerator, that's great. Hidden Power Ice, as well as the Psychic, should be able to finish off the Gyarados from that particular amount of HP. I've been in that scenario where I had to do like Psychic, and I know Psychic does like about 50% to Gyarados, so it was actually a mistake on his behalf to switch out into Gyarados, because he actually could have saved his he could have actually let his Tangrowth die, switch out into Gyarados, and then have Gyarados use like Waterfall or something like that. But then again, I do have like the Rotom, so if he goes out and uses Waterfall, but then again, my Rotom's at an amount of HP where it can't take 2 Waterfalls. So you know, if that happens, then yeah. Either way, I think I had the game there. So that's kind of what you get for using Tangrowth, man. I mean, come on. There we go. That's an OU squad. I mean, There we go. It's something normal, something that make me feel good, you know. So cool. The variation's still a little bit low because I lose more, so it tells me that I'm supposed to be greater than the guy that I'm playing right now. He's gonna toxic my Rotom, which is not too bad. I do want to have like the fire damage accumulate. I know this clown may have like the earth power, but I know from experience that it's more so lenient to have like the earthquake than the earth power. I'm just gonna test to see which one he has. He has the earth power, so earth power won't do too much to like Tyranitar or something like that. He scores a freeze, and I was thinking like I could probably set up a nice little calm mind little thing going on here, but that doesn't happen. He scores a freeze. That's great. So let's see what happens here. He's gonna go for the toxic. He misses. Yes, great. I think it's always the other players, like a normal player's choice to go for the toxic like the second turn. So he goes and uses Politoed, and I think Politoed, yeah, damn, Parasol. So I'm just gonna switch out into my Tyranitar now. He's gonna go for the protect, yep, and then I should pursue it on the way out, cause yeah, I win the weather war. Awesome. Let's see what happens here. Switch out into this thing. I'm gonna set up my rocks. I know I can take an earth power. I should be able to like finish it off with the superpower there. So I don't want this thing to like, yeah, it's just superpower and finish it off. So let's see what else he decides to do. He has this thing. So I knew that he had like the Toxicoat. He might want to set up a substitute here. I'm gonna go for the earthquake. I'm not 252 in attack, which is why I knew I can take that ice punch. But he scores another freeze. That's crazy. Go for the Drain Punch. I thaw out, but unfortunately, thanks to the freeze, he's gonna be able to finish me off with the Drain Punch, provided that after he sets up a nice little substitute. So he can't necessarily do anything more to my Landorus. I do have like the thing up. I mean, he can, but like it'll be kind of a little bit hasty because I'm not gonna stay in on a huge threat with Landorus. I mean, I might, to inflict some damage, but you never know what might happen. So let's see here. This guy has a huge bunch of problems for me. I mean, he has like the Donphan. It doesn't necessarily deal all too much damage to, well, that's not true. This guy has Earthquake too and stuff like that. So speaking of the devil, freaking, wow, Donphan. So I threaten this thing more with the Rotom than I do with the Mamoswine, because Mamoswine can come in, provided that he would have a Mamoswine and like superpower me and to kill me with the superpower, and then like come back in later on and Ice Shard 3 my threats, and then Earthquake my Tyranitars. I mean, it's just a bad scenario, man. So I gotta switch up my team. I have a huge Mamoswine problem. Like 5 guys, holy shit, 5 of my guys should not be susceptible to Mamoswine. What am I doing? I just noticed this. Alright, so I'm gonna have to switch up my team a little bit later on. I'm gonna have to discharge. I'm supposed to go for the hidden power fire. Discharge does a little bit more. So he might not want to be trapped. I'm gonna go for the magic coat, thinking that he might want to go and use stuff rocks on the switch. That's great. And forgive me guys, I'm a little bit tired, so he might rapid spin on the switch, which is great. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I mean, actually go for the Hydro Pump. I thought he might predict me to go for the Will-O-Wisp again, so I switched into this thing. Hydro Pump misses, unfortunately for me, and he is going to be able to score paralysis. Go for the Iron Head, probably try to flinch me to death and stuff like that. Gonna go for the Wish, and then probably go for the Thunder right now to score paralysis on me. That doesn't happen, and I waste his Wish. That is great. That's what you get for relying on hacks now, buddy. So now we're in the rain. I could probably go for the Hydro Pump to like assure that it won't, that his substitutes won't be able to, like, it won't be able to keep a substitute. But I don't want to risk it because it's like 80% accurate. So I'm gonna Volt Switch out into Garchomp, I believe, to like break its sash as well as inflict some more damage onto it. So Dual Chop does 37% to it, and I think I could bring in Landorus and finish this thing off. I'm more built to outspeed the Kyurem, provided that it's like a plus speed nature. So, but then again, I could bring in Latios and be able to finish it off with the Dragon Pulse. So I think that's the more safer play, as opposed to like risking it and something like that. And he might like get a kind of like an outspeed spurt and like outspeed me and things like that. So I'm gonna bring in. Should probably go for the substance. No, for the Dragon Pulse now. And then switch out into my Rotom. Because I knew he's going to go for the Ice Shard. I could probably like burn it, which is great. And then afterwards, I'm going to bring in Latios again. And then set up, yeah. And he stays in. It's great. Wonderful. That is awesome, dude. So, thank you. Thanks, buddy. And plus, trust me, when I'm yawning, it's not because of the battle. It's because I've been like up all night and stuff like that. So he's going to go into Politoed. Go for the Parasong. Man. And, yeah. Crap. Let's see what else happens. I'm at 2. Whoa, Feraligatr threatens me completely. So Dragon Pulse is able to 2-hit KO it. The problem is if I switch... No, I shouldn't switch. I should be able to... Yeah, I shouldn't switch. I'm just staying anyway and go for another Dragon Pulse. So, Dragon Pulse should be able to finish this clown off. Unfortunately, that means that I do die myself. So, that's great too. Tyranitar comes in. I'm gonna set up rocks, and then I believe I'm just gonna go for the Stone Edge to finish this clown off. That's pretty great. And that should limit the amount of times that he should be able to bring in his Tornadus. The thing is, his Tornadus has Hurricane, and Hurricane threatens 3 of my guys as of now. So if I bring in Magnezone as Death Fodder. Crap! Oh, that would have been awesome! If I bring in Magnezone as now for Death Fodder, and he locks him. I mean, I don't know what he might decide to do. So I might bring in Magnezone now, right? As Death Fodder because he's scarfed, he's outspeeding me, and Hydro Pump missed again, which is great, awesome. And Hydro Pump hits this time, not enough to finish me up because I have specially based bulk. So in comes this thing. And I think he should be able to finish me off. Yeah, Hurricane does definitely finish me off. So now bringing this thing at survival 1 hit point, which is great. So now Thunder is Hurricane's like completely inaccurate. I think he's like Specs. So Hurricane misses, which is great. Oh man! I thought I had my Chesto Berry. That's the only reason I would ever go for. Oh shoot, I messed up. I thought my Rotom had, man. Lost because of my own misplay. That's crazy, man. So, yeah, I used it already. So, that's wonderful. Man, that's nuts, man. So, let's see what else happens. Oh, man, that's crazy. I could have won that. I had no business losing that match right now, man. That's alright. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I'm gonna like redeem myself now. So see what else happens here. Man, I'm gonna switch out into, let's see, Guard Chomp and stuff like that. Oh, Dragoness. I'm just gonna go straight for the Earthquake. Oh man, I can't be having this thing threaten me. And he's gonna go for Rock Slide? Rock Slide. Oh, okay, Rock Slide, okay. Suit yourself. So he knows that I'm scarred. Oh, I should have switched out. But then again, it's like a +1, so you don't like switch out on threats like that. But it would have been awesome if I like double switched out into like Tyranitar and then like set up a nice little stuff like that. So I think I should set up a nice little soft rock, and then it's slower than me. I could Stone Edge this thing. I really can. But I don't want to. Discharge, and then Hidden Power Fire should be able to finish. No, actually, Flash Cannon. I don't necessarily want to give myself away. So Flash Cannon should be able to finish it off anyway. So this thing comes back in. Tyranitar should be able to threaten it with the Fire Blast. Pursuit. Yep. And it can't come back in. In comes Politoed. This guy has like quad weather. Why do you... Oh man, that's awesome. Dude, that's awesome, man. So that's great there. Now she'll be able to substitute there. He's Scarf, which is great to know. Set up a nice little Calm Mind. Little substitute there, here and there. I set up another little Calm Mind. Calm Mind should be able to be at the point where Hydro Pump shouldn't be able to finish it off. And then afterwards, I think I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. I don't know why he switches out into Dragonite now. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so cool. Yeah, okay, all right, and yeah, because okay. Oh man, that's hilarious. So let's see what happens here. See what happens now. This guy has a whole bunch of threats. Holy crap. So let's see what happens now. I'm just gonna go and Volt Switch out into, he stays into Magnet Zone, knowing full well that I might have the electric attack. I'm just gonna go for the Magic Coat just because, yes, I knew it! Cuss Staff, I knew it! You ain't sending those spikes on me, babe. Sorry. Oh shoot. Oh, who am I kidding? He outspeeds anyway. Okay, alright, okay, okay. You know, so alright, this thing, he might have the Focus Blast. Focus Blast is gonna be able to finish you off there. So I'm just gonna switch up into my Garchomp. And Focus Blast misses. Damn, it missed. So just gonna go for the Dual Chomp just so that I don't lock myself into Outrage. He's Scarfed. Is he Scarfed? No, he's not Scarfed. I was just reading the lies wrong. Okay. So Dual Chop should be able to finish off, provided that it hits. I've had some bad experience with Dual Chop before, so yeah, it should be able to hit and finish off the Gengar. And that should be great there. Let's see what else he does. Alright. Okay. Okay. So he brings in Keldeo, which kind of tells me that he's Scarfed. So I'm not taking any chances with that. You know, so that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna switch out into my Rotom. He goes for the Hydro Pump, which would have been able to finish off my my Garchomp from that HP. So yeah, I'm that guy. Yep. What's up? I'm a little on the tired side. You could probably hear it in my voice, but yeah. After this, I'm gonna hit the sack, man. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's probably because I didn't eat this morning for some odd reason. So I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch. If I bring in Garchomp, I can't bring in Garchomp more than once. Like I really want to, because if I do that, he's gonna opt to bring in the Keldeo. So I'm just gonna bring in this thing now, the Latias. He doesn't have Tyranitar, thankfully, so he can't like Pursuit Trap me or stuff like that. So that's great. He has this thing which can ultimately bring me down if he goes for like the Hurricane. So my last guy had a Choice Specs Hurricane. So let me switch out into Tyranitar. And oh, I completely forgot this clown gets access. Yeah, wow, that was pretty obvious. This clown gets access to U-turn. I should actually like recovered there. So do I have a safe switch? No, I don't. I'm just gonna stay and go for the rocks. So yeah, man, that sucks. Stay and go for the rock. Oh yes, 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 yes. Do you know what significance this means? Yes, that's awesome. How lucky am I, really? So I'm just gonna recover now. Go for the Calm Mind, I believe. He's Choice Specs. That's great. I'm gonna Calm Mind now again, so I can take another Hydro Pump and then recover afterwards. So yeah, if I play it right, he's not kidding. If I play it right, then and definitely he did lose because of the rocks now. So Hydro Pump is gonna miss again, which is great. Oh my god. I should recover again. No, Calm Mind again. Okay. And let's recover again, just to make sure that he would go for the U-turn. I think he's like trying to doodle me down. I should drive. Oh, but I can't complain. He missed Hydro Pump. Oh man, that would have been gravy. That blows. So he might U-turn here. So I'm just gonna go for the Pursuit now. The Pursuit should be able to. Yeah. That's awesome. He might be choice after all anyway, because he switched out as opposed to going for the U-turn, knowing full well that U-turn would have done super effective damage onto me. So now I have no choice but to bring this thing, go for the Outrage now, and finish off the Politoed. So yeah, he's gonna bring in Keldeo, I believe. He should bring in Keldeo. There's no reason why he shouldn't. So crap. What do I have for Keldeo? If he locks himself into Hydro Pump, I'm in deep trouble because it's in the rain. Tyranitar can't. I think Tyranitar is dead. Rotom can't come into a Hydro Pump. So yeah. So Hydro Pump it is, hopefully, on his behalf. I mean, not hopefully, but you know what I mean. So yeah. Crap, man. That blows. Secret Sword. Secret Sword! Yes! Yes! That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, he has Feraligatr. Okay, oh shoot. Alright, he might have Life Orb, Aqua Jet. So I'm in trouble here. Still, I'm not under the clear yet. So, aw, man. Yeah, see what? The rock damage means I can't take Earth Fire. So he's not Aqua Jet, he's not Swords Dance Aqua Jet. Do I win? Do I claim it? Is this good game? I don't know. Man, the suspense is killing me, man. I remember this one dude made it to like #1 for Feraligatr before. It was like a Swords Dance Feraligatr in the rain. Feraligatr does a lot of, like, it threatens a lot of guys in OU, so I'm gonna try to condone him a little bit for the crits and like for that stuff. But then again, you know, he did score a crit. I would have been able to set up the Latias. So I don't know. Does that even it out? Not exactly sure. So I'm just gonna lie to him real quick. I didn't. Obviously, you guys saw the match that I had before. I didn't get no 3 Pokemon frozen. Just trying to make him feel a little bit better. So yeah, buddy, come on, make a move. Oh, he does have Aqua Jet, but I have HP investments though. I really do. I think I have like 72 HP investments on my thing. I'm not 252 in speed, but I am 252 in special attack though. So I am gonna be able to finish it off, and I think that's the end of my PO live for now. I've been here for like a half an hour, and I'm kind of sleepy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna wake up in about a few hours. Peace. What you doing? My energy is gone.